Going live is so nerve-wracking. Honestly, I'm doing this one for Elaine, so I hope that she comes in the chat soon because she's gonna ask me to go live. I still need to figure out these settings because I'd really just like to do a live with my subscribers only fans, but not like that. Hey, this is a thing. It's completely unfiltered, but I gotta chat. I gotta talk. So I'm just gonna talk and not wait for anybody. And I forget that this is posted on my YouTube. If you're asking why, or if you're thinking why I'm always wearing this shirt, I'm so sad that this was 3 months ago. Because you know what, guys? I just don't think I'm ever going back. Like, once I saw T-Pain, I cried. And it was tears of joy, but it was more so, wow, this was 20 years ago. I used to listen to that on repeat in high school, sophomore year. I remember sophomore year, junior year. Buy you a drink. Ooh, yeah, yeah, that one. And what else? Oh my God. I'm blanking. Bartender. I replayed it and I was like, wow, that was 20 years ago. I'm done. I don't think I ever need to go to any other festivals. I'll go to more than one concert throughout my lifetime, but a festival, 4 days, whew, that took a lot out. So I really, really want to talk to my subscribers only. Oh, I do want to apologize to the people who have been waiting on me. I feel like now that I am getting a little bit more traction, even though it's not a lot, there's a little bit more pressure to stay more consistent. My cat's coming to visit. Alita. I won't force her though. They always be in it. They always be in it when you're not expecting it. But then when you want them to pay attention to you, they just don't. That black cat energy. But yeah, so I was planning to do a lot. I actually was planning to do a lot this weekend as far as like the schedule. Like I kind of got a schedule in my head of I was going in the right trajectory, like really, really good. And then all of a sudden life happened and I got sidetracked. And I kind of want to talk to y'all about what happened. It's nothing crazy, nothing major, but it really threw a curveball in the plans. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Hello. Oh wow, there's a lot more people here. But yeah, I'm not gonna pay attention because it's just very, very in and out. My cats are all around me right now, so they may or may not make an appearance. I was planning to eat with y'all right now, but I just wanted to come on here and explain some things and kind of keep you in the know of what's been going on. Again, nothing major, but for those of you who have been following the storyline of what's been happening recently, it really applied to things just being thrown into the wrench. And Elaine, yay, I'm so glad you're here. If you rewatched the live, I said, I'm here for Elaine. Of course, Bear is crying in the corner. All the animals are around now. So now that Elaine is here monitoring the trolls, let's go. I have to tell you the update of everything that has happened. Everything's fine. Nothing major has happened. But it was just a continuum of everything I had talked to you guys about that one thing. And I love you. Ah. Okay, so here it goes. I'm not going to really look at the chat too much. So, amazingly enough, I want to clarify one thing. So, the things anybody has followed me, it's not my family. It's not my own stepfather. My own stepfather is like a cross between Bob Ross and Fred Rogers. He's just an amazing person. He and my oldest brother are the only ones throughout my family that I can think of off the top that have not really ever made any sort of like have ever made me feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And we can get more into that topic, but I just want to say it's Jonathan's stepdad. So it's not even his biological father by blood, it's his creepy stepfather from his mom was very Jonathan's mom was very involved in her school. our grammar school growing up where we met, and she was like the cheerleading coach. And she's always been really nice. Like I've always loved his mom. Like that's very important to the story, and I think that's where my soft spot comes for her. Um, she's very much like my mom. Um, so yeah, it's Jonathan's stepfather. And just to reiterate how messed up this whole thing is that, and I've talked to you guys about this before, um, in grammar school, all of my friends were getting boyfriends, and they were dating all the guys who were like in the clique. So I was feeling left out, you know what I mean? And I'm in seventh grade, and I'm just looking for somebody to get attention, and they just hooked me up with like their one friend who's not really like a good friend. And honestly, that was just desperado, like desperation. I had nobody else who was paying me any mind, any attention. So that's what I went for. And I don't even know how long we dated. It was probably like less than a month. Not even, that's like seventh, eighth grade. But I remember my parents were very involved because they were like so overprotective. I'm 13, 14 at the time. Maybe I like had just turned 14. So I don't know, just it wasn't like a real relationship. And we can talk more about that later on. But the biological father of that guy is now my stepdad-in-law. So my first boyfriend ever, who wouldn't even count as a boyfriend, is now my stepbrother in law. I know, Bear. It's messed up. Oh, that is so sweet of you to say. But anyway, I really, really sidetrack with the live chat. But yeah, that is messed up. And it's kind of been like a weird Brady Bunch since and whatever. So since we've been dating or we've been together for like 6 years, whatever, there's Bear. Hi, Bear. It's been fine. But then that whole thing happened for those of you who are the real ones who know, and I don't even want to repeat the story. Um, I kind of just ignored that and I processed it as to why I was so upset about it. I'm sorry, Bear. He's just crying for attention. He has anxiety too. So I'm getting distracted right now. We had gotten through it basically, but that thing that happened got brought back up in conversation, and you guys all know how that went in the one video, which we can talk more about later. But it was really, really bad. It was really, really bad, and it really, 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 really made me upset. Like so upset to the point where I was just like, it was bad. We got through it, like we worked it out. But then, not even a week later, not even a week later, not even a week later, maybe a week and a half. By the way, his stepdad and his mom moved to Tennessee. So they kind of just dropped by unannounced or really last minute. But this one was kind of on me. I'll take responsibility for the fact that I completely forgot. But he was coming by himself, the stepfather, his stepfather. I don't even know why. Like on this past Saturday. So I had a lot of things to do that past Saturday, and I don't like it when people come over to the house when it's like not clean, or it's just a girl thing. Like, you guys understand me. You guys know how it is when you have certain things planned. So that morning of Bear, I'm so sorry. He just doesn't like when I don't pay attention to him. He's like, hey, he's coming by. I'm like, for what? Like, for what? Like, I don't understand. Like, now's not the day. Like, you had to get to work at this time. I have to be at this place at this time. I wanted to, I had certain things planned. And then I was like, no, like, today's not the day. Today's not the day. And like, the boundaries were just like crossed. And I'm like, John, like I get that it's family. So I was kind of just going back and forth. And then basically he wanted to come by to like throw out paints cans of paint from whatever project he was working on with his family. I don't know, but I was like, our house is not a dumping ground. Why can't he go dump it at his biological son's house, who's just a couple blocks away? Yeah, that'd be cool. But no. So boundaries were not respected. I'm in the shower. I'm in the shower, and like, dude is over. And it's not. It's like an overstay of the welcome. It's like an overstay of the boundaries. And I'm like, can you please? I was like, you know what? Please, like, just tell him I don't have pants on. Like, I'm in the shower. Like, I got things to do. Whatever. So really, he's gone for so long, and you guys hear Bear right now. So Bear was just crying the entire time for him, and he comes in the back. I'm butt ass naked, like just in towels, whatever. And he's like, "Are you wearing pants?" I mean, like, does it look like I have any form of clothing on right now? Are you serious? Are you asking me if I have pants on? Oh my god, I was so mad. Like the second he said that, I was like, okay, like this guy's not leaving. So I'm getting ready, I'm doing my thing, and like Bear's still crying, he's still not back, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm usually pretty good at being phony, like with family or whatever, just like putting on face, even though you can see exactly what I'm saying. But I was just not in the mood between my time of the month, my plans being thrown off, like everything. I was just like, it's one thing if you want to come by, throw out your paints, like say hi, whatever, bye. But I was just not in the mood to see anybody. I was just not in the mood to see anyone, not even if it was my own family. Like I just was not in the mood at all. You know what I'm saying? Like just not having it. And it was just like boundaries, just ooh. So then Bear's still crying, and I'm like, ooh. So I go out there, and it's cold out. It snowed this past weekend, and it's just about to snow at this point. And I'm like, he will not stop crying for you. Please, like, help me out. And this guy, oh hi, hello Lucy, I love you. He's like, oh hey kiddo, man. Hi. I don't even like make eye contact the whole time. And I don't even care if he knew I was pissed. Obviously, like I wear my emotions on my sleeve, everything, whatever. I stay outside with Bear. He goes back inside with Jonathan. I'm like trying to finagle something. I'm like, maybe I can leave. Like I had like an hour to kill before I had to be to my appointment. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try and leave. But then I knew that Jonathan would be upset if I didn't say bye. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go back inside. I'm trying to avoid dude. And to be fair, like he just has like a lot of health issues going on, so I thought he had to use the washroom. So I was like, I'm not gonna be a jerk, like, let him come inside, even though the house isn't up to par in my head, like, whatever. And he just yeah, I was trying to avoid him, and then I was like in my bathroom, like trying to pretend to do things and like actually organizing stuff, and my ADHD going into full effect. And all of a sudden he comes around the corner, he's like, hey, what are you doing, kiddo? And I'm like, stuff, why? Do you need to use the washroom? And he's like, no. And then I come out the bathroom. I didn't look at him the entire time. Like, I'm becoming more Gen Z in that effect. Like, if I don't feel comfortable, I'm just not making eye contact. I don't know. I'm having this thing. Like, just don't look at me. And then I have no bra on, bro. So I am not hugging dude. Like, he gets a little too comfortable with hugging me. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time it's just a little too. And I was like, I'm not in the mood to hug. Like, I actually try to set a boundary, and I'm really, really bad at that in person. And I actually was just like a straight up jerk. And I was like, I'm not in the mood to hug today. And he's literally going like this in my own kitchen, like cornering me. And I'm like, no, no. And I guess unbeknownst to me, because I didn't see it, Jonathan like tapped him on the shoulder, like, bro, like, no. And he's like, I'm just kidding. Okay, I need to explain something, y'all. I have CP, whatever you want to call it, from just kidding. Everyone knows nowadays that there's always like a hint of truth and everything, but I've always heard just kidding anytime I've ever been treated poorly, especially by my first boyfriend ever, who was technically not the first one that I was just talking about, like the first real one, would always, I don't even want to go back to those days because it's shit that like we're still processing that we literally got traumatized to, but it was like insults, emotional stuff, just kidding. And then flash forward to my mid to late 20s, I was at a job and I had this team who was not supportive, and this one guy who I talked about he would always be like, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. No, you're fucking not. Sorry, y'all. A little bit of shit. So I was just like, wow, like no boundaries were respected at all. And I was fuming. And I just couldn't wait to leave. I was so angry, in fact, that when I left and I'm driving to my appointment, I'm looking for places to eat. I'm looking for places to plan with y'all to eat, and I'm not even hungry. I'm not even craving anything. I don't even want to talk to anybody. I wanted to get on live with y'all and complain and tell you what was going on. And I'm like, I am so mad that I actually need to process this. I need to process this and like simmer in it. Oh, Milo's right near the phone. So cute. Just simmer in it, and it threw off my weekend. And then on top of that, it snowed. So for like 3 days, I just kept staring at the fridge, like trying to make stuff, and I just froze, and I was just so mad. And I had a headache for 3 days, y'all. And I'm not saying it's from that, but I can tell you one thing that I've never had a headache for that long. Whenever I've had a headache, whenever I go to sleep and I wake up, maybe only one time it's ever happened where I wake up with a headache still. So that really affected me and threw me off. I just really don't know what to do from here because, like I said, I've been acting like everything's fine for the past few years that we've been together, longer than a few years. But now it's like everything's catching up to me or my feelings or whatever. And I have no idea if that has to do with like me facing everything with my brother that I've been talking to you guys about. But it's like everything just coming up to the surface. And I'm just trying to initiate my boundaries and tell people how I feel. And, I kind of felt like I made myself the bad guy, but I was really not in the mood. I was really just not in the mood. And I was just sick of like the arrogance too. I didn't look at him once, but he was like waving goodbye to me, like laughing and giggling at the fact that I was just mad. And I'm like, you just don't, this isn't the first time that's happened either. It's like constant, like, let me just show up whenever I want. And even with my own parents too, they be doing that sometimes, but like they're a little bit more respectful where my dad will be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna drop something off." Like it'll be really inconvenient. Be like, "No, I'm 10 minutes away, and it doesn't matter if you're home or not." But so that's where I've been. And I promise you, like I said, I've been like trying to get. I like have these streaks where I'm like really, really consistent, and then like I fall off, and like I realize like I don't want to drop like people be throwing like narcissist, empath, everything nowadays like so loosely, but I kid you not, I don't. I have to learn to just deflect this stuff more often because it threw me. It threw me. I don't know how I'm gonna handle the situation. I mean, I just don't. Like honestly, I really felt, and it's me so messed up to say, but I felt, and I hate being like my sister-in-laws. Like I don't want to be the person who, like, I'll never say cut off your family, like don't hang out with them. But like if I'm personally not comfortable with somebody, like just being around them, like their energy, no matter what the thing is, like I don't want to pretend nice anymore. I just like what did Big Sean say? I don't with you, bitch. I got no feelings to go. I'm just tapped out. I'm tapped out. And then I kind of like just pulled back from the people I was talking to, like my friends. Like I actually reconnected with old friends. Like I know I always say like I don't have friends. Like I actually do. I have good long acquaintances where we check in on each other every couple of years, but I was supposed to actually hang out with this one girl that I was telling you guys about, my SD. But the first time I hung out with her was kind of disastrous, and I kind of wanted to give it another go. Like I really felt like I was like on a date. Like I'm more of like a masculine energy and those kinds of things. And I'm sorry, Bear. And she's just like I love her like as my SD, but like to hang out with her is like she's really draining. She's really draining. Like she's a great girl, but like she'd be just hot. Like I was like, where do you want to go eat? And then she didn't want to go to any of the places that I wanted to go. And then she couldn't make up her mind. And like I was like, I'm really not in the mood to do that again. I mean, I will, but like, and she didn't even get back to me till last minute either. I said, please let me know by today. And then she texted me at like 2:35 a.m. when I'm asleep. So I was like, hey, my weekend got messed up. We can reschedule another time. So I guess this whole chapter is about learning boundaries. Lauren, I was in a relationship with a very distant. It's okay. I don't judge you. I think I was too, to be honest with you. Hello, gorgeous. Congrats from Amsterdam. Oh my gosh, these people are so something else. I'm not even gonna entertain it. Evelyn said, don't waste your time or your breath or your energy. Oh snap, Shiloh needs me to be back. But yeah, there's my story, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble for it. But I just wanted to let you know where I've been, what's going on, and that's about it. All right. I'm glad y'all joined me. I'm gonna really work on cooking for y'all and going live more, but I just want to let you know what happened with everything and where we've been. I would like to say that I'm a cool, friendly girl like this person is saying in the chat, but looks can be deceiving. Can we see the cats? Oh, let me see if I can turn them around. I don't know if you're still in the chat. Nope. All right, y'all. I will be back soon.